Sanctions just announced, Morgan. Yes. What ultimately is the goal here to get Tehran to denuclearize?
Yeah, so that's a great question. After all of the heightened tensions that we saw over the past week, a lot of people have been asking us, what is the administration's policy? Where are you going with this? Your viewers will know that for the past year and a half since we withdrew from the JCPOA, we have pursued what we call a maximum economic pressure campaign. And that campaign involves diplomatic isolation and economic isolation of the regime in Iran until they want to behave like a normal nation and change their behavior. Also, the president said on Wednesday, whenever he gave his speech, that he called on European countries and other signatories of the JCPOA to withdraw from what he has always considered to be a fundamentally flawed deal. So again, your viewers should know that there is no leaning back on the sanctions regime. If anything, we're leaning in.
Now, I want to talk about Europe in a second, but I was looking through my notebook on the way back from the White House, and construction, metals, 8 senior Iran officials, additional sanctions on anyone trading or owning in Iran's economy. I mean, this is arguably the most tough sanctions that have ever really been implemented against Iran thus far to this point.
And not only that, we also named members of the Supreme Council's leadership that are also being sanctioned. It's important to note that Secretary Pompeo pointed out that some of these people were directly involved in the ballistic missile attack against the United States. And I would remind everyone that those ballistic missiles are in defiance of UN Security Council Resolution 2231. So there is a pattern of behavior here of not complying with these international agreements.
But you are going to let the administration is going to let U.S. investigators look into that plane.
Yeah, we think that's incredibly important. I mean, obviously, as soon as the Ukrainian airliner crashed, Secretary Pompeo tweeted his condolences to the family. We never want to see the innocent loss of life. And so we are waiting for a thorough investigation. Secretary Mnuchin has said whether it's Americans, Canadians, Ukrainians, whoever asks for a waiver to be involved in this investigation, that we will permit it. And I would remind you that the regime in Iran is still denying what all Western countries have realized is what happened as it relates to the missile attack.